in the vault is nerve-wracking. I mean, when you're in there with the contestants and the doors closed, sort of a bit like every man for themselves.
Last night's opening round had an interesting start, with Greg leaving the vault after just 5 seconds.
You did feel that even though it was early, I wanted to get that in my case and get out of there. And I feel completely justified because the next box was a steal.
Kat dominated the buzzers. Kat.
Fish.
Fish indeed.
I always knew that if I got the right questions that I'm quite quick on the buzzer.
But it was Scott who left next with 13,000 and a place in round 2.
For the minute I got more than the person who sat in the danger seats, I was happy. £13,000 was great.
Greg stayed in the danger seat as Kat also left with 13,000. Savita struggled and didn't find enough money, giving Greg a pass into the next round.
Whenever you open a box, you sort of hope that it's going to be a big amount, it's going to be enough to see you through, but it just wasn't enough to see me through, so that was really gutting.
Round 2 saw returning champion Scott set an early benchmark. £9,000.
£9,000 is a really difficult sum of money to win in the second round because you're limited to only 2 bundles of cash and you've got to find something really big to be safe.
But then he went bankrupt with just 39 seconds on the clock.
The minute you see the bankrupts, your heart just sinks because it is all over as far as you're concerned.
A steal by Scott put him back in the game. Steal.
Scott's steal was incredibly frustrating, just to be sitting there and thinking to myself, I've only answered one question out of about 6 or 7 here.
Finding 7,000, Scott left the vault to sit in the danger seat with £18,000. Greg then found a massive 22,000, guaranteeing his place in the final round.
Just seeing that 22,000 and knowing I was in the final was fantastic.
Scott remained on the danger seat, and unlucky Kat timed out, giving Scott the opportunity to try for a second win.
When Kat timed out, it was a massive relief.
What can you do? If you don't know the answer, you don't know the answer.
Round 3 started badly for Scott, wasting 30 seconds getting a question right.
I had 16 seconds left, I think, and Greg had his whole time. I was convinced that it was game over, that I was not going to be winning any money tonight.
Things got worse when his only cash was stolen by Greg. It's a steal.
But as soon as I got that steal, I thought, yeah, I think I'm in with a really, really good chance here.
A big find of 17,000 brought Scott back into the game, and the tension soared.
It turned the game around for me. I started to believe that there was a possibility that I might just claw it back.
2 finds brought Greg to 34,000, and with 11 seconds left on the clock, he chose to leave.
I really, really wanted to just get out there and get sat down and have a fighting chance of winning.
The danger seat proved to be just that for Greg when Scott next found 15,000, leaving just £2,000 between the 2 players.
It was infuriating. All I want is 1,000 more than what he's got.
With his last box, Scott hoped to become the first returning champion to win 2 games. A massive £19,000 confirmed Scott's champion status, giving him £51,000 and a life-changing combined win of £100,000.
To be the first returning champion to win 2 shows is just the best feeling in the world.